No, widzę, że wkrótce się zacznie. Dobra, niech się zacznie to. Dobra, da się to śmiga. Wejdźmy na Twitcha. Dobra. O Boże, jak gorąco. Jest to wyjście. Do przodu i w prawo. Oczywiście, że tam coś jest. Gazowy. Zagazujmy ich. Stop. Dobra. Jakaś walka. Dobra. Nie poszło tak jak chciałem. Trudno. Fajnie, ale przydałoby się 2 miecze świetlne. A nie 1. No ale to już coraz bliżej, coraz bliżej. Droid użytkowy to powinno być wyjście. Mroczny jastrząb, tak jest. I co dalej? Cutscenka. Statek Goto jest zniszczony. Oh my god. W końcu go dorwali.
I can't believe we just blew up Goto's yacht. That's going to destabilize crime throughout this whole sector.
Yeah, well, you'll understand if I hold back the tears.
Yacht.
You don't understand. Crime in the YouTube system, it's like the economy. Plus the power vacuum. Even if Voga gets up and running again, the system is going to be feeling the effects for years to come.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't find that Jedi Master with the weird name. Zez, Kai, whatever it is.
Zez Kyle? Well, that's not true. I already found him. Actually, he found me first. He hired me to watch out for you, keep Goto off your back until he could meet with you. We'll need to head back to Nar Shaddaa, to that safe house off the docks. I said I'd meet up with him there if we ran into any trouble. What do you want now?
If you thought to escape my notice so easily, you would be wrong. As a token of my goodwill, I present to you a gift, this droid. It will serve you well on your journey.
Oh my god.
I'm afraid I do not understand what you mean. As I indicated, this unit will remain with you and guard you. It will also serve as an effective voice for my orders during your journey. I cannot harm you. You are the key to saving the Republic. Pray that you do not prove yourself otherwise.
Jesteśmy kluczem do uratowania Republiki. Dziękuję za droida Goto. A teraz wracamy na Nar Shaddaa. Okej. Musimy dokończyć questy poboczne. Niewiele ich zostało.
So, you have returned from exile. Kavar thought you might, if only to wander your old battlegrounds. But I did not think you would come to Nar Shaddaa. Still, you were always a difficult one to read, both when you were tied to the Force, and even more when it was lost to you. I do not know. It was a sense he had, and he had served in war as you had. Perhaps he thought he understood you, or maybe he simply hoped he did. He felt you were the key to understanding the threat we face. The others were not so certain.
Nie już szlak
So many
trafia.
of them
Nie
are
mogę
gone now,
wytrzymać z tym całym na
as
twarzy.
you no doubt know.
Dopiero mieć takiego wąsa.
He sensed some connection between you and many of the warriors touched by war. He thought by traveling to such places, he could achieve understanding. No doubt. I think the answers will provide us both with some measure of peace. I have kept secrets for far too long. It is a long story, but there is no harm in you knowing. And someone should know. Only a handful of us remained after the Jedi Civil War, barely 100 in number.
Zaledwie
Then,
setka, to całkiem
even
sporo.
that 100 began to vanish, in places where the Force seemed blind. The only pattern we determined is that when Jedi gathered, they were seen no more. At the last Jedi conclave on the Miraluka world of Qatar, the entire planet was wiped out, an entire race destroyed, because the Jedi chose to gather there. It was only then that we realized we were facing something far more powerful than we knew how to fight.
Bardzo ciekawe. Czego się ukryłeś?
We could not allow the fact that when we gathered,
Siemanko,
we
Dawidku.
placed everything around us
Kurde,
at
cały
risk.
czas zapominam, bo
Jedi's life
czytałem
is
twoją wiadomość na
sacrifice,
tym.
but we cannot
na
allow
Discordzie,
our presence
prywatnym.
or actions to endanger others. And we
Cały czas
cannot fight an
zapominam, żeby
enemy that will not reveal
dodać
itself. But any Jedi, anyone who was strong in the Force,
serwer.
who attempted to track down such a threat, vanished without a trace.
A ty powiedz mi, streamowałeś jakoś ostatnio, bo mi nie przychodzą w ogóle powiadomienia.
It does, but you must step back to see it. Whatever this threat was, it was targeting us and everything around us. Yet it was somehow weak enough that it was afraid to confront
Jak
us
praca w
openly.
ogóle?
If it
Właśnie nie.
believed us defeated,
Jak praca
then
pewnie
perhaps it
wykańcza,
would
co?
finally show itself. It was a faint hope,
Ja
but
w
it
tym
was the
tygodniu po
best
10
we had.
godzin.
It was
Więc
Kavar's plan. He
Ja
was
przyszłam
always the
prawdopodobnie
greatest
też.
tactician among us, and had seen war more than the rest of us. What I can tell you, I will.
No, słabo, powiem ci szczerze, jeszcze w te upały tragedia.
They have scattered, but there is purpose in their movements. It is both to hunt and draw out our enemies.
7:35, no to ładnie.
Somehow, they
Tak jakbyś w służbie zdrowia pracował.
are being targeted through the Force, and when Jedi gather, we are vulnerable. So we have chosen places where it is difficult to sense others through the Force, whether on planets dense with life or touched by war. In such places, we may conceal ourselves, gather information without presenting ourselves as targets. It was part of Kavar's plan.
No, budżetówka, aha. W porządku, no. W pogotowiu, no to jeżeli mówię. Służba zdrowia. Służba zdrowia, 7:35. Jesteś ratownikiem czy kierowcą? Ratownikiem, kierowcą.
Yes, he felt if our enemy cannot detect us, then perhaps they would believe themselves victorious and show themselves. And we knew that the war would be lost if we continued to act as we had. I do not know where they wander now.
A może
There
jesteś
are few of us,
dyspozytorem?
though.
Nie pamiętam, wiem, że kiedyś pisałeś mi ostatnio, jak się ciebie pytałem, ale ja mam taką, wiesz, dziurę w mózgu, że to tego nie ogarniesz. Informatyki ich systemu. O, widzisz, super. Tabletów, GPS.
Atris, but I had thought she had gone to Qatar with the others.
No to super sprawa. Naprawdę.
Yes, she holds the last of the Jedi teachings. It is good she survived. I had not finished my investigations here, and I did not wish to reveal myself. There was nothing I could do.
Dyspozytor to akurat w Radomiu jest. No widzisz?
Very well. We told you it was because you followed Revan to war, but you ask because you are not certain of that answer, nor were we. The day we cast you out, that is the moment I decided to leave the Order, because I do not believe we truly faced the reasons you were exiled, And if we do not examine such truths, then we are already lost. I think it was because we were afraid. It is a difficult thing to live one's life with the Force. To see a vision of what it would be like to be severed from it, it is more frightening than you know.
Dobra, co jeszcze możesz powiedzieć ciekawego? Czegośmy zakon, dlaczego jesteś na Narshada?
I had thought perhaps that here upon the Smuggler's Moon, I might find some evidence of the threat we faced. The bounties on Jedi and their disappearance. I did not believe the two were connected, but there was a chance. And the strong currents of life here in Nar Shaddaa make perceiving a Force user difficult. I could use it to cloak my movements and watch without being discovered. No, you are right. That is not the whole truth. It is difficult to detect a Force user on Nar Shaddaa, and I knew it. This threat we face, it leaves wounds in the Force when it strikes. It leaves nothing.
Może przejeżdżałem, ale być to nie byłem nigdy w Polsce.
To live life without the Force, to vanish and die and leave only an echo, it was
Z ciekawości
terrifying.
rzucę sobie okiem, jak daleko
Be
jest Polska
connected
ode
to all
mnie.
life around you, then to have it stripped, I can only imagine what it must have been like for you. But even that imagining cannot compare with the truth. But there is more than that. On Nar Shaddaa, one cannot escape what was left from the Jedi Civil War. From the failure of the Masters, from our failure to properly train Jedi.
No, nie byłem. Jak coś to przejeżdżałem ewentualnie
And
przez
I
Polskę.
wondered if perhaps
Ale to wy
the
macie...
teachings of the
Czekaj,
Jedi
to ty
had
pracujesz
been
w
our
Płocku, a
failing
w Radomiu masz...
There have been so
macie
many
dom.
failures by teachers who
Dyspozytornie?
believed in the code with all their being. Master Arca failed Ulic, as Master Boss failed Exar Kun, as Kay
Dobra,
and
nasze
Zar
dyspozytornie
and
jest z
the others
Łodzi.
of the council failed
Ale wy
Revan
mielibyście... No,
and
Płock też miałby bliżej do
For all
Łodzi
the acts
niż
we
do
do to
Radomia.
preserve the galaxy from such an arrogance that all we do is right and just.
Płock
I
nad
wonder
Łodzią.
if there is a counter effect that is created
Jakieś 100
that strikes
kilometrów.
back at us.
Może
Exar
trochę więcej.
Kun, Ulic Keldroma, Malak, Revan, you, all Jedi.
Ale przynieśli do Radomia, pewnie dlatego, że otworzyli tam też port lotniczy, to może się miejsce znalazło na dyspozytornie.
Like a scream. You can hear it echo on Nar Shaddaa. Sometimes when the moon is on orbit, it is a frightening thing to feel. That perhaps being connected to all life is not enlightenment
No
at all,
właśnie, 101, no.
but simply another doom. And I think that maybe, perhaps to forsake the Force as you did, to cut loose our bonds, may not be the wrong thing to do. You taught me something important in the council chamber long ago,
Ale nam
Exile,
dobrze, my też
and
mamy
it stayed
stówkę
with
do
me
Łodzi.
all these years. You were right to do what you did. Everything you did.
Dobra, co on jeszcze nam może powiedzieć? Dlaczego oczywiście nie od
Is
mocy?
that what you think? We did no such thing, but it is a technique that has been used as punishment in the past, yes. It is a rare sentence, and to my knowledge it has only been done
Właśnie
once,
dużo nam
at a
podpowiada,
moment
że
where
dyspozytor
Jedi
taki to musi
discipline
mieć
is
doświadczenie
failed.
jako
What caused
ratownik.
your loss, I fear, was different. I am not certain I
to
understand
nie
it.
jest łatwa
We did
pucha.
not understand it fully then, and only recently do I feel we may have become enlightened. The other masters may have more knowledge of this, but I do not.
Do Łodzi lecisz na
And I do
studia,
not
super
know if
sprawa.
they even live. Does it matter?
Super miasto na studia. Będziesz mieszkał w akademiku,
Perhaps
czy
the loss was
na
not a
jakiejś
loss at
stacji?
all. Very well. Ah, so the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes I think this galaxy would be a better place if there were less Jedi secrets. But I have no answer for you, as much as I would like to give one. We vowed never to speak of it. And although
Teraz w
I
ogóle
would
we
not keep
wrześniu obok
promises to
Łodzi, to chyba w
Jedi,
Konstantynowie,
I keep promises I make
jest
to others.
festiwal muzyczny,
And Kavar
taki
was a friend. If we
rockowo-metalowy
were
chyba.
gathered as one, then the promise might
8,
be
9,
revoked.
7, 8, 9?
Until then, I can say
A w
nothing.
Aleksandrowie, tak? A co powiedziałem? W Aleksandrowie, przepraszam. Miałem na myśli Aleksandrów. A ten Konstantynów mi się gdzieś wplótł w głowie. Aha, i będziesz wynajmował sobie mieszkankę. No to super
Very
sprawa.
well. Yes, such bonds are a connection that can be formed at moments of crisis, or in the slow understanding that grows between master and apprentice. It is most common between two beings who are sensitive to the Force. It allows the transmission of feelings, of influence. It was something you were gifted with, as I recall, before your fall. You formed such attachments easier than most, even to those who could feel the Force only faintly. Even Vrook could not ignore it, which is saying something.
Istnieje jakiś sposób na pozbycie się tej więzi?
I do not know. A bond between two living beings is not something easily broken.
Destiny bond.
It is not a choice.
Taki
It
przedmiot
is
jest
like
w
breaking a
Pokemonach.
feeling, like turning away from the Force. To break a bond, your feelings would have to change, or one of you would have to die. But even then, the bond wouldn't go away. It would simply be empty, a wound. Very
Dobra,
well.
co jeszcze możemy? O czym jeszcze możemy pogadać? Dobra, ale dlaczego szykuje się na śmierć? Ja nie zamierzam go zabijać. To wszystko, co teraz?
Now I must take up the role I was ready to cast aside. This threat has finally revealed itself, and we Jedi will
Tak,
need
mam
to
prawko,
stand
mam
together.
prawko.
I did not speak fully of what I have
Od
felt. Staying on Nar
12,
Shaddaa, it is an exile of
16,
sorts,
od
one
16
that
lat.
I have chosen. I, too, lost a Padawan on Malachor, not to the battle, but to the alternative, to the teachings
Ale
that Revan
generalnie
brought
wolę
from
jeździć
the unknown regions.
po swoim
And I
mieście,
was not
nie
the
lubię
only
wyjeżdżać
Jedi
gdzieś
Master
dalej.
to watch a student turn on them.
Takie pierwsze, Sad Cordoba z 96 roku. Kolor czerwony, 1616V. No, mega autko, powiem ci szczerze. Byłem zadowolony, bardzo byłem zadowolony. Potem jeszcze założyłem gaz, to już w ogóle. Ja tygodniowo robiłem po 1000-2000 km tym autem.
No, they were not to blame, but many of the Order did so. It was a difficult time, a time of strong emotion. Perhaps the Council, perhaps the Order itself had grown arrogant.
1616V stoi. No ja tam miałem 75 koni.
But it is perhaps time the
Z
Order
gazem
accepted
jakieś
responsibility for
60,
their teachings and
ale
their
nie,
arrogance
byłem mega
and
zadowolony.
come to recognize that perhaps
1616V
we
bardzo
have
dobre
flawed.
silniki.
Not once did I hear one of
Ja
the
nie mogłem w
Council
ogóle
claim
narzekać.
responsibility for
Jedyne co
Revan,
wymieniłem w tamtym
for
aucie
Exar Kun,
to rozrząd na
for
początku,
Ulick, for
opony,
Malak, or for you.
kopułka mi
You
raz
were the only
pękła, to
one who
przestał
came
mi
back from
odpalać.
the wars to face our judgment. And
Jeszcze
rather
coś
than
wymieniałem.
attempting to understand
A,
why
amortyzatory
you
z
did what
tyłu.
you did, we punished you instead. Our
Na
one
Mondeo,
chance
na
to see
Forda.
where we had gone wrong.
Możliwe, że będziesz miał
we
lepsze
cast it
zawieszenie.
aside. And now that decision has come back to us and may carry with it our destruction. Perhaps there is something wrong in us, in our teachings, and though I
Sprzęgło
tried,
hamulce. No
I
to co
could
się
not cause
generalnie
that
zużywa,
thought to
nie?
leave me, so I
To
left the
wszystko jest kwestią
council.
ceny.
And I was not the only one. That is why many scattered, and why many in the Republic do not trust us, and why we do not trust ourselves. Make no mistake, I am no Jedi. This is the end, you see. After this, there will be nothing, and I think it will be for the best. Do you wish to do battle now? I have nothing more to say.
Właśnie, Revan nawrócił się. A dokładnie nawróciła się. Nalegam, żebyś ponownie rozważył. Ale Revan nawróciła się. Powinno być.
It provides no comfort at all, for reasons in which I still must keep secret. Suffice to say, redemption was not Revan's choice, and I have never believed those of the council
A jak
who
jest w
attempt to
częściach?
console
Jak jest
themselves
zawieszeniem w Mondeo,
otherwise
nie?
for the crime they committed.
Nie wiem, czy nie jest droższe. Aczkolwiek, no nie wiem, powiem ci szczerze.
But we have spoken enough, I think. In words I think dull us both. Let us speak through the Force, through sparring.
No nie, będziemy
This
z nim
is a long
walczyć?
war, I fear.
Dawaj miecz.
Many battles left to fight.
Dawaj miecz,
You
cwaniaku.
will need to conserve your strength when using the Force, if you hope to make it through the long road ahead. This form heightens your affinity to the Force, allowing you to gather your strength faster, even in the midst of combat.
On się czymś naboostował w tym momencie. Ja też się boostuję.
Perhaps exile has been good to you indeed. It has certainly not dulled your instincts, nor the speed at which you learn. I shall go to Dantooine, to the ruins of the Enclave. If you gather the others, I will meet you there.
160 koni.
And thank you,
To
Exile.
elegancko.
You're returning. It is good that you are back among us.
Co się stało? Mieliśmy walczyć. Miał nas uczyć. Co jest? Czemu tu jest przeszukano? Dobra, wróciliśmy na Nar Shaddaa. I chcemy pogadać z tym latającym ptaszyskiem, gdzie możemy załatwić 2 questy chyba za jednym zamachem. Ja teraz mam Sata, Leona.
Unnecessary
Jezus
observation. Targets acquired. And
130
no
koni,
presentation.
1,9.
Let us proceed to
To już ma
facilitate
kopa.
communications.
Przy 160 to w ogóle chyba będzie zrywać asfalt.
And bring about the termination of hostilities.
Litości, HK. Jesteście obłąkani.
Systems failing, Master.
Spilling Master. Czemu ja mam teraz tak mało życia? Już przed chwilą miałem całe życie. Dobra, gdzie jest ten? Tu jest ziomuś.
You in... What? Do I look like a passenger ship to you? Fine, I'll do for you. But don't ask of Fasa again. What else?
Potrzebujesz pilotów?
Now that freighters can depart safely, I can use a good pilot.
Uchodźca Otis będzie dla ciebie pracował zamiast za utrzymanie.
Fasa can do this. Good. I'll send someone for him.
2 questy za jednym zamachem, 3,5 klocka.
You
Elegancko.
interrupt.
Dobra, jakie my tu jeszcze mamy zadania na tym Nar Shaddaa? Zaginięć Jedi, to nie to. Nie dla uchodźców. Jednak zbiry z Sekoro nadal stanowią pewien problem. Właśnie, ktoś chciał uciec, a nie mógł, bo tam zbiry stały, tak? Uchodźcom nie wolno opuszczać ich sektora. Będziesz musiał w jakiś sposób pozbyć się strażników z Pentoru. Czyli musimy iść do sektora uchodźców w takim razie. Nie, żaden pazak. Nowe źródło paliwa. Dobra, to też możemy ogarnąć. To jesteś w pobliżu. Wojna handlowa. Dobra, to wiem co to jest. Odbuduj HK, podejrzany sprzęt. Byłeś przyjaciele zamiastowego mordercy, podejrzany blaster. Dobra, to wiem. Fałszywy patu. To idziemy... Nowe źródło paliwa. Dobrze, że jesteśmy sami, będzie szybciej. Było tu? Nie. Nie ma tu Gota, ale zapewniam, że nie sprawić się więcej kłopotów. Kredyty. Powinno pokryć moje wydatki. Ale to nie koniec. Halo, halo, paliwo. Przesłano mnie, żeby zaliczyć do ciebie. Nie słucham rozkazów. Nie słucham. Dobra, ale co jest z tym paliwem w takim razie? Ukończyliśmy to? Nowe źródło paliwa, właśnie. Boga Chód poprosił cię, żebyś porozmawiał z Greenem sprawił umowę. Boga chód z Greenem. O, to ja nie wiem, gdzie jest Green. Co to jest Green? Pelony. Na Telos. Porucznikiem Greenem. Właśnie. Na Telos musimy lecieć. Czy to już jest otwarte? No, wcześniej było pozamykane. To może mamy dostęp do magazynu też. No. A ten?
I am B5D8. You are... We all...
Dobra, tu jest... Już tu nie ma. Niedola uchodźców. Przekonałeś spiesza. Dobra, musimy iść do dzielnicy uchodźców. To chyba nie tędy, muszę wyjść tu. Dobra, lądowisko. Musimy iść do strefy uchodźców. Znowu? Masta.
Unnecessary observation and rest.
O bogowie. Litość, panowie. Gwiazdkę na jednego. Oni potrafią jednak przylać. Nawet bardzo potrafią przylać jak chcą. Ale się ostatnio zabezpieczyliśmy troszeczkę. Słabo. Co jest? Wow. To nie muszą tak bić. Koniec mocy. Wybiono. Czy jest użyteczne, elegancko. Będzie szybciej.
Master. Systems failing, Master.
Systems failing, Master. Mnóstwo środkowe. Czy to jest... Nie chcę iść do promenady rozrywkowej. Sektora uchodźców. I na wprost. Zbir, czy da się jakoś pozbyć? Jest tu ktoś przykusi na śmierć. No dobra, no. Może tak będzie łatwiej. Gdzie jest ten drugi? Nie powinno być dwóch. Tu jest ta druga małpa. Wow, ale mu wywaliłem jednym strzałem. Cienias. Tam jeszcze coś jest. Dobrze. Nie mogę go zaatakować. To jest moja mina. Weteran, uchodźca. 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 Ten są ci Twi'lekowie, którzy mi tam coś zdradzili na temat naszego Atona. Haser, to nie?
Back again.
Fajda. Lota żyje, przybył na nasza da.
The exchange is circling the sector. No one knows, but other.
No i czemu nie
Back
mogę?
again.
Dobra, zapiszmy sobie grę. Zapiszmy sobie na aktualnym. Właśnie, przyda nam się zapis. Spróbujmy ją okłamać.
Back again. Is. What? How did you do? You've given me my husband back, stranger. My husband, my life. Thank you.
No i ciekawe, co się stanie. Idziemy się dowiedzieć. Bo ja nie wiem, jak się pozbyć tych gości po prostu. Ale taka jest prawda, pozbyliśmy się tych gości. Czy ja mogę go jakoś zaatakować? Dobra, spróbujmy się dowiedzieć, czy ona dotarła do swojego męża. Bo jak nie, to wczytujemy grę. Po pierwsze, szkoda punktów ciemnej strony mocy, a po drugie, ale szkoda, żeby ten pościg się nie udał tak czysto sympatycznie. Ja nie pamiętam, które to były drzwi. Dobra, chyba te.
You going to make a habit of busting into my room? No harm. My wife. Thing is... What? I can't believe...
No i co ja mam zrobić? To jest niezaliczone. Wczytujemy grę.
Back
Jest
again.
Aida i co my z tym możemy zrobić?
When Telos was... I think this... What? The exchange is circling the sector like Shyrex. If one of us... deal with the exchange, you might as well wrestle with the planet. This...
Whisky cały czas żyje.
Visquis is the exchange boss here on Narshada, at least in this sector. You don't want to cross. Please.
Bogowie. To nie jest Whiskies. Gdzie jest Whiskies? Jezus Maria, to nie jest on. Promenada rozrywki. Ale nie, to był tylko pazak do grania, no to bez sensu. Klientka i... On i ona chcą grać w pazaka. My nie chcemy grać w pazaka. No ale dobra, to nic nowego się nie dowiedzieliśmy tak naprawdę. Szczątki są. O, w tej walce tego. Atona. To może być Whiskies. Tu byliśmy. W dokach chyba go nie ma. Ścigacze. To prowadzi sektor uchodźców, ale tam byliśmy. Ja muszę sprawdzić sobie to zadanie. Gotor 2 to jest Whiskies. Ojej. Quiz. Narszada. Jutro kochani. Zobaczymy. Dobra, ale czemu mam biografię jego? Nie interesuje mnie jego Narszada. Właśnie, Kotor 2. Gdzie on siedzi? Whiskies Lair. On nie żyje przecież. No bo tam się strasznie dużo rzeczy działo, nie? Jak się tam wchodziło w ogóle? Wiem jak. Musisz? Musimy iść do doków. I tam przez tą kantynę się wchodziło. Tutaj jest. Czar. O nie, Czar jest zamknięte. Nie uda mi się jej uwolnić. Bez sensu. Idziemy do Bonhołka. No chyba trzeba iść do Bonhołka w takim razie, bo ja nie mam pomysłu. Lecieć na... Pierwsza w prawo. Na Telos. A teraz nasz Bonhołk wygląda inaczej. Jak on wygląda w środku? Siemanko, panda. A wiesz co? Strasznie klucze między niektórymi zadaniami dodatkowymi. Nie wiem, jak je rozwiązać. Możliwe, że jeszcze nie mam możliwości.
It might be helpful if I made some changes to my remote's maintenance laser to do spot repairs.
That would be a welcome improvement. My combat effectiveness could be better sustained, providing an advantageous arrangement. And my miniature counterpart would finally be able to pull his weight in a fight.
Ile w procentach? Nie mam pojęcia. Pierwszy razem przychodzę, ale to jest dopiero druga planeta. Więc w sumie jakoś tak jakbym powiedział początek.
All right then. I'll work on it when we get back to the Hawk. There. You should be able to do some quick fixes. You won't be able to perform serious repairs, but you should be able to patch up any broken droids. You know, I think it's time I gave your cutting laser a little boost. It works fine for repairs, but we could use your help in a firefight.
No, nawet będzie nam kulka pomagać w trakcie walki, elegancko.
Don't worry about it.
Oj, ciężko.
We'll make sure they
Pracy
keep you out
ciężko.
of their scopes.
Ale całe szczęście, że weekend.
Hey, it's something for Goto to be jealous of, right? Think of it this way. You can keep Goto in line with it.
No u ciebie jak tam dzienek minął, panda?
Iridonian, if I might have a moment.
What is it, Goto?
I have spent some time in the presence of your remote, and the upgrades you have performed on him are quite adequate. I am impressed with your work, though less so with your remote itself.
What's wrong with my remote?
I find his use of resources, energy spent on frivolous things, to be an unsightly waste. But it is obvious you have some skill, however slight, in the upgrading of machines. I want you to provide me with similar upgrades.
I should be able to do something. I will see what I can do next time I have a free moment.
Boże, czy ta kulka to Goto? Dobra, spróbujmy uruchomić naszego haka. Nawet Mira już przy nim siedzi. Chyba SMS zakończony. To dobrze. Zamontuj procesor. Naprawa, wymień uszkodzoną budowę. Czego mi jeszcze brakuje? Jeszcze jednego przedmiotu musi mi brakować w takim razie.
Oh, hey. Your face. Well, you have this glow. I mean, not a real glow, but it's like you're calm. At peace, but it's more than that. You haven't been chewing on spice, have you?
O, gratuluję. U kogo wygrałeś giveawaya?
Oh, well, it shows. It's like you're hooked up to a
Ja
power
ostatnią
coupling. It's
nutki
weird. I
wygrałem.
mean, not bad weird, it's just weird. For a minute there, I thought you and the handmaiden... But it's just the Force.
Rex Enor. To nie znam Rexnora.
You know, hooked up a power coupling. You know?
O czym tu teraz mówimy?
Did you get out much as a Jedi? I was asking if you two had been, you know, intimate.
Zagraniczny streamer. Pewnie dlatego nie znam.
Got it. Just checking. Grenades. Well, I don't like to use them unless it makes their head explode like a melon. All right. Keep your robes on.
Dobra, dawaj granaty. Ciągle nam brakuje czegoś do tego haka. Z Goto.
Yes. Is there the fact we are even having a conversation is gratitude. Usually my conversations do not have the
To jest
intake
Goto.
that our
On
current interaction
On jest
does.
robotem.
And
Teraz do
of
mnie
course, there
dotarło.
is much more screaming on the part of the listener when the torture field
On się nie
is
komunikuje.
activated.
Chyba, że on się komunikuje przez tego robota, bo już w końcu nie rozumiem.
I am. There are several factors, all of which affect each other.
Middle
There
Earth.
is the stabilization of
Wygrałem,
Dantooine, the
nie?
preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political
Nie, Han
resolution
Solo
on
ciągnął
Onderon,
właśnie.
and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith. The destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay back. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. I
No,
am
Solo
not
jest
unsympathetic
słaby,
to such
chociaż
greed.
ostatnio
For every
dwie
system
solówki
you
zrobiłem.
stabilize, I will reward you for
Byłem
your
zadowolony,
efforts.
nawet udało mi się ubić bossa i wyjść z Bounty. Nagrodą.
Compassion and mercy only erode respect and power. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon,
Powiem ci, że miałem
and
takiego
the
farta, że
unification of a
masakra.
religious power base in the
Już na
galaxy,
wyjściu miałem
either
15
Jedi
sekund i
or
słyszałem, jak
Sith.
gościu po prostu biegnie w moją stronę. Już na ślepo zaczął strzelać.
Dantooine is a vital resupply point for the Republic. If its stability is compromised, then the Republic will lose control over many outlying worlds, and they will become a haven for raiders and smugglers. The economic loss from such outer worlds is greater than the Republic is aware of. If the matter is not corrected, then it shall fall. Onderon is an outer rim world, rich in ecological resources. Its aggressive ecology is capable of bringing devastated worlds back to life. It is currently experiencing a political schism split between two forces. One must triumph for the planet to be stabilized.
Nie, solo, ja też nie lubię grać solo w ogóle. 2 razy testowałem nowego skina. I no jakoś tak się akurat udało.
Telos is instrumental to the stability of the Republic. Its success or failure will dictate the economic forecasts of many other worlds. Of course, since the
O Jezus, siostra czegoś tam? Ona jest z takimi ala rogami i maską.
Of course it was. If you had not gone there, the facility would not have been destroyed. If you had simply surrendered to the Sith, then all of that violence would have been unnecessary. Then stop causing events of planetary destruction. You are a walking catastrophe, and you are not making saving the
Jestem chodzącą
Republic
katastrofą
any
i nie
easier.
ułatwiam ocalenia Republiki. A sam mnie odnalazł po to, żebym uratował Republikę. Ale on jest mizerny, ten Goto. Jest Kreja. Dobra, dajcie mi chwilę, zaraz wracam. Tak, Pando, to jest córka rozkładu, dokładnie.
Oh, welcome, Exile. Is there something you need? Yes, your features, your stance. There is a calm about you that I did not notice on... There is an energy about you.
Boże, wszyscy widzą ode mnie promieniującą energię.
It shows in your features. It is beautiful to see. You may...
Masz imię?
Before entering H...
Czani.
It is not important. My title and rank is of consequence. We all have when importance is placed on... If reasons of the self is why you turned
uda nam
away,
się wyciągnąć od
then
niej
yes,
jej imię.
perhaps there was a judgment there, but it was not intended as an attack.
O, córka rozkładu, tak. Siostra. A jest jakaś tam siostra czegoś? Tancie?
I do not know. That is a question you must ask yourself. You may ask.
Aha, święta siostra jakoś tak. Żadnego wpływu nie udało nam się wycisnąć na tej siostrzyczce.
I didn't want to talk about the war, but can I ask you something?
No, tak.
Why did you decide to fight? I felt the same way. I remembered when word of the Mandalorian attacks arrived on Iridonia. My people had colonies across the Outer Rim. Many of them were among the first systems to fall.
Dziwna siostra. No mi też się pomyliło, nie?
I did not join because I wanted to protect, though. I remember the thrill I felt when we fought them in battle. Victories were rare, but we celebrated every Mandalorian's death. Do you know how it felt? I couldn't do that. It was almost as though the battle took control of me, drove me forward. It's always on my mind now. That loss of control blinded me, turned me into a weapon. I just needed to get that off my chest. Was there something you wanted me for? Sorry, General. Something...
Co my tu jeszcze w ogóle możemy ogarnąć? Stworzyć. Da się stworzyć miecz świetlny w całości. Biała. Miecz świetlny. A nie ulepszenia. Strzałka. Podwójne wibroostrze. Ostrze rig. Plus 3 fizyczne. Długi miecz. 1,12. Wibromiecz 2,12. Nie, wciąż nie wiemy, jak stworzyć miecz świetlny. Nie zamierzam opuszczać Mrocznego Jastrzębia. Tu kto mieszka? Vibas. Vibas. Ukryta szuflada. Ulepszony ostrze, ciężki blaster, kredyty, pakiet reanimacyjny. Elegancko.
My life for yours. I am able to serve. If we enter battle, I will fight and die alongside you. I have not heard that question in some time. My flesh is healed if that's the answer you seek. I know. And I fear that others will see the mercy in your actions, and in my survival, and use it as a weapon to do you greater harm.
Wiesz co? Bo po prostu nie mogę zrobić mieczy świetlnych. Mam tylko jeden miecz świetlny. I mają zwykłe jakieś tam wibroostrza teraz pozakładane.
I felt you. Heard you through the Force. It was like a sound at the edge of hearing. And when I heard it, I found I could not ignore it.
Monka S. No. I to jest tragedia, że ja na przykład jako postać potrafię skonstruować elementy do ulepszenia miecza świetlnego, ale nie mogę skonstruować miecza świetlnego, zbudować go w całości.
A scout. My master was aware of a disturbance in the Force, but was unaware of its nature, of you. The disturbance is not something one feels from a living thing. There is little my master does not know. And that you eluded his sight for so long.
Może będzie można gdzieś kupić miecze świetlne, albo później będą zostawiać jacyś Sithowie.
You cannot. His vessel roams the borders of known space, and even I do not know where he travels. Until he calls for me, even if I could lead you to my master. I cannot permit you to find him until you are ready.
Może gdzieś będzie można kupić.
If I bring you before my master untested, without your potential realized, then you will be lost to me, and I cannot allow that to happen. It would be as if one brought fire to a paradise valley, shattered a cavern of rare crystal, or blinded a painter. I cannot, I will not. I would die first, and gladly, to preserve you, untouched.
Nieskazitelnie czysty. Wow.
I cannot sacrifice what I have found.
Fajnie, macham mieczem przed gębą. Trochę wygląda niebezpiecznie.
You will meet my master. It is inevitable.
Może następna chwila widzi przyszłość?
Seen it. And when you stand before him and realize what you face, you must be prepared. Until then, I must protect you, help you, until you are ready. There's a greatness in you.
Jest w tobie wspaniałość.
A greatness that does not stem from the Force. It stems from who you are. And if my master does not understand you, cannot see you, then perhaps there is hope for us all. But if you seek to survive, then you must understand why this is so. There is much I see my master cannot. I fear it is because of my nature, the nature of my race. My people spend their lives seeing the galaxy, the energy streaming off stars, the growth of life, all things touched by the Force. It is not a subject which I have spoken of since its destruction. The planet was not destroyed. It remains. It orbits, dead in space. But nothing lives on its surface. It echoes, but there's no one left to hear it. I am not certain I did. I was there when the planet died. To see everything around you extinguished. It was as if I was blinded. It was as if the Force had been bled from the world. I imagine there are worse deaths, worse pain. But if there are, I do not know them. I was the only living thing remaining on the planet of Qatar. And my life, my agony, was a flicker in the darkness that was the planet. All that I had been connected to had been severed. I've heard tales of Malachor. It is said that many of my people felt the end of the Mandalorian Wars from across the galaxy. But do not mistake me. I did not mean to draw comparisons between Qatar and Malachor. My homeworld still exists. It is intact. Forgive me, but before you go, I must ask. Why do you do this? Why do you seek to help me? Teach me.
Pytanie. Ważne. Gościu Jedi, który otacza się samymi bobami na statku. Czego on może im pomagać?
You must not do this. I cannot allow you to weaken yourself for me. So you say, but it is not something I have observed or seen. I remember little of my homeworld before I entered my master's service. It is not as it was. There is little left of such memories, or the planet itself. Very well. Perhaps we shall speak more of this at another time. But know this. I cannot allow you to weaken yourself for me.
Boże, nie możemy się dla niej osłabić. Jasną stronę jeszcze byliśmy. Wow! Mamy jasną stronę na maksa. Dlatego błyszczymy. Chodźcie, wkurzymy jeszcze Keirę. Keję. Umiem się myli. Tam jest robocik. Tu jest suszka. Tu będzie Kreja. Zapiszmy grę, bo już tyle dialogów przelecieliśmy, że masakra.
How many more do we intend to gather to us? This ship is not the galaxy. There is only so much room.
Nie marudź.
Then prepare for an army, I think, for it seems many more will come in time. They will
Ona chyba
follow you
służy
because
ciemnej
you are a
stronie mocy.
leader. Their kind always needs such, even when the figure deserves no such obedience. No? Perhaps not. Or perhaps you are different. Something more. I am not blind. I see what they see, hear their voices when they speak to you, and notice the change when they speak to others. I know many things, and I know what I am not. I am no leader. I speak with a voice that will never move others. I speak with a passion that goes unheard. They obey you because you are a leader, and perhaps something more. Have you noticed what has been happening? Have you felt it in them? The fool dances in your shadow for your favor. The woman, she worships you. The alien obeys you. Even within the machines, there are echoes. Watch them carefully. See their patterns and recognize the strength in it. Influence can be a weapon, one that you may need before your journey is done.
Czyli wpływ.
I care not which of the words you use, as long as you make use of that which you forge. That was Revan's way, I believe. It was a strength.
Co masz na myśli?
Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath her? How she made them hers?
Jest w końcu, ponieważ ona była liderem. Tak, jest kobietą, czyli Revan jest kobietą, tak jak z pierwszego naszego Kotora pociągnęliśmy i przeszła na jasną, nawróciła się, o. I zaczyna kropić. Dobra, ona była wpływową osobą, był taki jeden, który nie wierzył jej.
Ah, but to make officers turn on their own people, to bomb innocent worlds, to make pacts. Strong influence, indeed. And where did these Sith teachings come from? And why did Revan embrace them so strongly? So many questions.
Potrzebowała, no właśnie, to jest tak, raz potrzebował, raz potrzebowała.
Oh, did they? No, Revan met no Sith empire, yet she learned their teachings. Many have mistaken the soldiers beneath Revan, the machines that were constructed to be the Sith. They are wrong. The Sith is a belief, and what Revan formed was not an empire, but something else. Yet how she did it is curious. And I suspect the answer to that question is tied to another. How was Revan able to corrupt so many so quickly?
Może jakieś pomysły?
Not a one. But we shall see where our journey takes us, I think, and see how many answers we come across, yes?
Dobra, nieważne, pójdę już. Jeszcze jasną stronę otrzymałem. Ja niedługo odlecę po prostu. Mamy coś takiego, szata Jedi, szata mrocznego padawana, szata padawana. No to tak trochę słabo bym powiedział. A ja nie chcę rozmawiać z robotami. Kurde, ona namawia mnie jeszcze, żeby jeszcze rozmawiać z robotami. Gdzie jest ten nasz C-3PO w wersji pierwszej? Dobra, ze służką gadaliśmy. Tu ostatnio widzieliśmy naszego robocika. Z Vibas. Vibas mi się kojarzy z Fibas. Vibas będzie moim nowym Pokemonem. Brakuje nam czegoś do niego. Czego nam brakuje do HK? O nie, błysło się. O bogowie. No tutaj... Wokabulatora brakuje. Co to kurde jest? O jest, T3. Dobra, fajnie. O, wpływ porażka. Wpływ porażka. Kto urodził? Wersow urodziła. Brawo. Na żywo to teraz leci?
Nie.
Czemu nie chcę rozmawiać z robotami? Bo one cały czas robią Sukces. O, chciałeś go odbudować? Dlaczego? I wciąż nie wiem, co on nam odpowiada. Tito Tito. Poszukamy więcej niesprawdzonych sprzedawców, droidów. Znowu jasna strona. Nie no, znaczy, że jasna strona to dobrze, ale punkty wpływu nam weszły elegancko. Czyli co? I gówno. Czyli jestem tu. Czyli dobrze idę teraz prosto. Tu jest ktoś jeszcze? Terminal ochrony. Tylko tu jest. Dobra. I Atton powinien być.
You know, I noticed a glow before, but now it's bright around you. You've come a long way since Paragus, and despite all we've been through, you seem a lot better for it. It shows. It's kind of inspiring, to be honest. Anyway, just wanted to mention it. I think the others have noticed it too.
Nie, żadnych pozaków.
All right. Yeah, that's a surprise. Did he say I owed him credits too?
I'm as Atten will ever be. And whoever your trusted informant is, he's right. I did show up on Nar Shaddaa during the Jedi Civil War, along with a lot of other refugees.
No, because you're asking about it. If I wanted to tell you anything, I would have come and told you. Anything else? Is this an interrogation? Why don't you just crawl in my head and try to... You know what? I helped you get off for... I'm trying to help you. I don't know why I'm bothering.
Coś to chyba poplątaliśmy.
I don't know. I'm not sure I understand it half the time. You know what? Not once have I asked you about the Mandalorian Wars. Not once.
I heard about Duxon. Everyone has. I heard about Serico, and
What makes you think you've got the right to interrogate me on anything? You've got plenty of lives to answer for. All you Jedi do. How did you even live with yourself after Malachor? Is that why you went back to the Jedi Council? Hoping they'd kill you? But Jedi don't kill, do they? At least not their prisoners. Maybe you were counting on it when you went back in chains. So you got off easy. You were exiled, brushed under the cargo ramp, another dirty little Jedi secret. I'll tell you, all those Jedi at Malachor, they deserved it. Every last one of them.
Because Jedi lie, and they manipulate, and every act of charity or kindness they do, you can drag it out squirming into the light and see it for what it is. The galaxy doesn't need Jedi arrogance or Jedi hypocrisy anymore. At least the Sith are honest about what they're killing for. The Jedi are pacifists, except in times of war. They're teachers, except when it comes to telling their students the truth. And when they save you, it's only so you can suffer more.
Jeśli chcesz zginąć, mów dalej.
Whatever, just leave me alone. I don't know why I'm wasting my time with you anyway.
Well, don't get too attached to me. I don't like it. It's because I'm a deserter. It's what I do. Served in both of them. Against the Mandalorians, before and after Revan, and again, when Revan declared war on the Jedi. Because I followed orders. But it was more than that. You were there. You knew how easy it was to hate the Jedi who sat back in the Republic, evaluating the threat, and watched us die against the Mandalorians. I did, up until the Republic officers began to betray their oaths to the Republic and side with Revan, Admiral Kareth, Mon Halan, General Darad, and all the rest.
Right after that final battle at Malachor, I was right there with the rest of the defectors, because it was the right thing to do.
No, it wasn't. We needed the Jedi during the Mandalorian Wars, more than anything. The Mandalorians were slaughtering us by the millions. The millions. You were at Serico, when they turned the Stayrib cities into glass craters. At Duro, when Basilisk wardroids rained like meteors onto the orbiting cities. And when the Mandalorians set fire to the Zoxan plains on Ares III, the fires that still burn. Without the Jedi who turned on the Council, without you, the Republic would have lost the war, and we would all be Mandalorian slaves or corpses. We were loyal to Revan. That was enough. She saved us.
Jest, powiem wam, bardzo zawiła historia i jest wiele naprawdę rodzajów, charakterów na tym statku i każdy jest inny. Która jest naprawdę bardzo rozbudowana.
After Malachor, after the Mandalorian Wars, that's when the Sith teachings started spreading through the ranks.
We knew where our loyalties lay. To the Jedi who came to help us, not the ones who sat back on Dantooine and Coruscant, watching us die.
So when those same Jedi who watched us die decided to start fighting us during the Jedi Civil War, we fought back. I fought back.
I started killing Jedi. A lot of them. People say killing Jedi is hard. It's not. You just have to be smart about it. No blasters, no getting close to them, no attacking them directly when you can gun down their allies instead. There's ways of gassing them, drugging them, making them lose control, torturing them. I was really good at it.
What's worse is that killing them wasn't the best thing. Making them fall. Making them see our side of it. That was the best.
I taught myself techniques. It's hard for Jedi to sense what you're really thinking if you throw up walls of strong emotions and feelings. Lust, impatience, cowardice. Most Jedi awareness doesn't cruise beyond the surface feelings, to see what's deeper. And I was good at that, throwing up walls. And my superiors knew it. Sometimes the Jedi on our side wouldn't even realize I was there. Yeah, I had a talent for it. More like instinct. I wasn't the only one. I know you left at the Mandalorian Wars, so you don't know much about what went on behind the scenes in the Jedi Civil War. But Revan understood one thing. The real battle was going to be fought between the Jedi on both sides. That was the only battle that mattered. Whoever had the most, the strongest Jedi were going to win the Civil War. If Revan couldn't convert Jedi, Revan would kill them. So Revan trained elite Sith units into assassination squads, whose duty was to go out and capture enemy Jedi. I was in one of the special units trained to do this.
Yeah, Revan had plans for all Jedi. I think it was important that the Jedi see her side of things. The Sith teachings. Revan wanted to break them, and then have them join her.
One day, I decided not to do it anymore, so I left. Ended up on Nar Shaddaa, became someone else. Because you've killed Jedi too. Different circumstances, but you have a bigger body count than I ever did. And I've been with you only a short time. Enough to know that as soon as someone signs on with you, they haven't got long to live. You got history, and anyone who travels with you doesn't. And maybe I want somebody to know who I was in case a story needs to be set straight. Maybe you understand.
Tak naprawdę.
I think there's been enough lies and truth for today. Let's just leave it for now. Alright. No, I don't. Alright. Huh? Oh, that. Don't tell anyone, but you wouldn't believe how many fights you can prevent by just pretending to know that stuff. I mean, it doesn't compare to wearing a lightsaber, but then again, that doesn't seem to help you much. Yeah? So what? I don't ask any dumb questions about your past, despite the fact that it keeps throwing us into life-threatening situations. Wanna know why? I figure if you ever want to tell me something, you will. So give me the same respect, alright? Well, hey, thanks. But you've got the wrong guy. I'm good at shooting people, cracking wise, and pretending to know how to fight with my hands. Alright. No. Alright. It's like...
Dobra, mamy jakieś wpływy, stracone wpływy. Dobra, gramy. Dalej. Dalej. O, sztyk cara. Dobra. Dość. Wygrałem drugą rundę. Dosyć szybko to poszło. No i za darmo. Dobra, wygrałem. 2-1. Remis. Dwa. Remis. Remis. Wygrałem.
I don't know. It shows. No, I don't.
Porażka, dobra. Nie uda się go ugadać. Dobra. Telos. Oderon, Nar Shaddaa, Taliban, to inny. Ja bym wrócił na Telos i tam jeszcze 2 questy chyba mieliśmy do wykonania. To trochę wygląda jak z Jedi Knights, Jedi Survivor. Nie, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, sorry. Planeta. Ale to jest planeta zbudowana z wszystkiego. No, co tu się dzieje?
Has there been any sign of the ship?
No, mistress, nor any word of our sister. We do not know where they travel now.
The freighter. It is important. And I thought the droid was as well, but I was wrong.
Mistress, we still do not know the significance of the ship or the droid. We downloaded all you asked, but we are still no closer to the answers you seek.
Then perhaps we'll need to have faith that your sister will change her mind, remember her oath, and return to us with the answers we seek.
I hope so, mistress. But there has been no word of her since she departed with the other 4 on the freighter.
4?
Yes, mistress. The Iridonian, the Ichani-trained pilot, the exile, and the old woman.
Old woman?
Yes, mistress.
I do not recall seeing her.
Mistress, she was secured for much of the time the exile was here. At other times you were meditating, and we did not wish to disturb you. Mistress, is there something wrong?
I am tired. I sometimes feel as if things are collapsing all around us. It is just at the edge of perceptions, waiting. I fear things will collapse before our enemies reveal themselves.
Yes, mistress.
I will meditate upon this. Perhaps it will clear my mind.
Perhaps it will clear my mind.
Well, check it again. It can't be anything else. Just check the damn connector. I don't trust the diagnostics any more than I trust you. Because I don't like droids. They break. In the head. Well, whatever you call that thing on your head. Yeah, well, if I'm mean to you, it's because I care.
That is how flesh and blood fights. Let me show you how one fights when one's life is the Force.
I won't let you harm him. I have heard of your kind. You worship strength, when all it does is rot you from within.
You echo another's words, and as an echo it lacks strength. Who is it who's taught you of the Sith?
I will not reveal my mistress, and I will not allow you to harm the one I travel with.
I cannot harm him. His wound lies deeper than any blade could reach. That is why I follow him, and protect him.
Protect him? I do not believe you.
You do not believe that I would follow him to death? Certainly you have read as much in my movements as I have in yours. There's no shame in your feelings, sister of the Ichani.
Be silent! You know nothing of what you speak.
You are alone, and wounded in your own way. I can feel its pulse, like a heartbeat from the past. But if you will not believe that I mean him no harm, then believe this. I wish to learn from him. I wish to learn how it is he still walks, when his spirit is nothing more than a shell. When you feel as though the Force, as if life itself has abandoned you. I had a question for you, sister of the Ichani. The exile. What does he look like?
Like a man, but it is more than that. And I do not have the words. He shows kindness, both small and great, to strangers. He does this without hesitation. He has accepted me, even though he and my mistress are not allies. All I know is he makes me doubt the words of my mistress, one whom I have pledged to serve.
Such feelings are not unknown to me.
And I fear such doubts. Could it be my mistress was wrong about him? That perhaps he did not seek to betray the order? That perhaps my mistress felt as I did? And when he left the order, she found that she doubted as well. There is a feeling that emanates from him, like a sound from far away, that has traveled a vast distance to reach here.
Like an echo. Your words are well chosen, sister of the Ichani. I will not harm him. But it is not me you should fear.
Kiedy ostatni raz się widzieliśmy na streamie? Opowiadaj. W takim razie. Odśwież mi pamięć. Uzupełnij tę dziurę w moim mózgu.
I don't know what what the two of you are arguing about. I caught him. He's mine. But it's obvious you two need some advice, so let me lay out the attack pattern for you. It's simple. When you want a man, you jab him with a Bothan stunner, then while he's screaming in pain, slap some stun cuffs on him. Then, starve him for 2 or 3 days until he becomes open to suggestion, then double-check his bounty and see if he's worth anything.
That sounds more like hunting.
Call it what you want. Me, I love my targets.
If you've got some time, I'd like to see what I can upgrade for you.
Yes, I do have a few.
Boże, rozmowy między ekipą, elegancko, fajnie. Bardzo mnie to cieszy, że oni ze sobą rozmawiają.
He helps me out with repairs. That isn't a problem, is it?
I suppose not. Perhaps in working on my circuitry, your assistant will learn something about how a fully functional droid is constructed.
Just ignore him and let's get to work.
I would appreciate that. Our group has little in the way of time to spare, and I would not want to delay you from your other duties.
Right. Let's get you open. See what you can do. I have to say,
Wiesz co, zastanawiam się, czy nie przeskoczyć na Hunta na chwilę. Bo jest tyle dialogów teraz, akurat na dzisiejszy stream się tyle dialogów złożyło, że rzeczywiście zmęczyło mnie to trochę, Panda, powiem ci.
There were a few things from my remote that I was able to integrate into your construction.
I see. Well, thank you. I'll let you get back to your work.
Dobra. Chyba sobie zapiszemy grę, w takim razie i zakończymy. A ty, Panda, pisałbyś się na Hancika? We dwóch? Także, Panda, zapraszam cię na Discorda. Zaraz popatrzymy, czy może będzie jakaś trójka. A na dzisiaj kończę streama. Jeżeli ktoś chciałby, to też zapraszam na Discorda. W takim razie może na Discordzie udostępnię stream z Hunta w takim razie. A na dzisiaj to wszystko i do zobaczenia.